Doing pretty great. We're going to be getting to our first match of the day. It's going to be Brian versus Annie, and it's Gardevoir. Ooh, and
Wait, Brian's got his Alright.
who?
I'm interested.
Yeah, it's our resident. This is our resident random main, Brian
Let's
Senpai.
see. I wonder if
Alright.
he's just planning on mirror matching everyone then.
I think that was the plan so far. So far, things looking starting out pretty well for Enigma. Senpai, Brian Senpai, still moving pretty well.
Yeah, just kind of sitting back, trying to react to whatever Enigma does, chipping away. No one's really got any big hits yet. Spend the stacks.
Right, good bait on the Snivy. The defensive trap placement, baiting Enigma to push her advantage too far. So far, so good.
Yeah, Brian doing a good job, just kind of chipping away here. Hasn't really exposed himself. He's got the stacks advantage, now he's got the knockdown, he can really put on the pressure. Just gotta watch out for that magical leaf and that moon blast, there it is.
Yep, Enigma, big lover of that moon blast, but
yeah.
so far it's not been working out for her. Oh my goodness, is he gonna...
How many dashes was that? You might have been able to grab there, but... Enigma evening it up, a big forward Y here is probably gonna be enough.
Alright, no perfect block.
Yeah,
Alright,
definitely
both
gonna
players,
be enough. Enigma
both
gets
players are just staring each other down for the start power at this point. Oh, and...
bit late on the reaction.
Yep, much quicker on the draw there. It's going to pull out the Fairy Tempest, does not connect, and the 2-wide mash from Brian Senpai will close it out.
Yeah, Enigma looking like she was trying to just kind of chip away and play the time there, but Brian not having any of that, just kind of sliding in there. Oh, big trade on the energy balls.
That was really whack. Alright.
Mm.
I think that should give you a pretty good idea of how this matchup looks like.
Yeah, incredible jump from Enigma straight in there, but she couldn't max out the damage quite. So going back to field face. A lot of sideways.
Eats the side shock. And trade does not work out in either player's favor. Brian trying to go for the 2Y, unfortunately that does not prioritize 2X. Falling right here in response to Lapras. Oh, I'm not sure.
Enigma just kind of jumping over it. Brian not ready for the magical leaf and just catches his ankles there.
Arrow to the ankles there. Enigma, big fan of the Trojan Wall, clearly.
Another magical leaf hit.
Yeah, it is very difficult It is fairly difficult for Guard to for Guard to deal with magical leaf once she's jumped up in the air already. Has to commit to that jump CA, but of course that is a huge risk you're taking.
Yeah, and even on the ground, a lot of her moves kind of just go along the ground. They're quite laggy on Leaf. So magical leaf, you don't want to respect it because it's so slow and clunky, but it really is a threat in this matchup.
Well,
great
Brian
punish there.
Really good spacing so far today. Tries to go for a throw, but barely misspaced it. The CA.
And again, that's the Gardevoir expertise coming out there, knowing exactly how to stuff out that CADC.
Oh, have to be careful. Watch the future side behind you. The future side behind goes wide. Brian Senpai popping the burst attack, trying to go for chip. Enigma counter burst to immune through it.
Oh, I
see Brian pressing a button, and I think that'll be it.
Yeah. Brian just didn't believe. He said, do a throw burst attack at me, and Enigma said, alright. And yeah, definitely gonna clean him up quite easily. And that's game one.
Enigma saw something move, and she just immediately pulled the trigger really fast coming in from Enigma, and oh yeah, Red Gardevoir. It's just a color diff, dude. Clearly that's why Enigma's winning. No other reason.
Yeah. Some of the player 2 colors in this game are so cool, and then you get like Charizard who's just got like a band-aid on. Honestly.
Oh, things are looking for a lot better for Enigma in the open so far. Unfortunately, Brian's tried to rely on Moonblast to cancel other projectiles. Moonblast definitely a move that is obviously well known for being very reliable.
Yeah, it's got incredible priority, but like most
Yeah, but that can
projectile
happen.
moves are like frame 1 or frame 5. Whereas Moonblast, you need all 11 frames or 15 frames to start up, and it's so slow and clunky sometimes. That air tech is going to give Brian some breathing room and set up his pressure. One of the few times we've seen a burst of guard just uncontested, and yeah.
Yeah, nothing much Enigma could really do there. They should obviously get chipped out by this future sight. So
Yeah, we see players counter-bursting a lot in this matchup, and that's because you see what happens when you kind of let them run away with it.
Yeah,
Enigma just
spoiler
having no
alert,
response.
guard burst attack is pretty good in zoner matchups.
But
Who knew
Enigma's
that?
got incredible position here. And call the Lapras to give some time. Doesn't need it. She knows how to deal with Pachi.
Yeah. Fortunately for Enigma, she is a visitor of the Great Church of Pachirisu. She obviously knows how to deal with everything.
So we see her use Lapras there to try and get some crazy chip damage off, but Brian just jumping away and no response there.
Watch your feet. The future sight landmine goes off, catching Enigma right there. Brian Sempai very, very close to pushing this round. He has the response call with the Pachirisu to negate a lot of this pressure coming in from Enigma. Enigma fights Jump Y.
And this is rough. He needs to get this last bit of meter, but he can't safely counterattack anything.
Yeah, this is
shield is looking red. Yeah.
Yeah, looking very reminiscent to him. Brian start playing DDR against Future Sight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this situation, Gardevoir is not quite as nimble as Charizard. It's going to.
They both struggle, and there's that full screen magical leaf, but Brian using one of the few options at a very, very low commitment.
Yep, and you see both players really taking it to the air to try to get their own pressure started. It is a lot of tempo if you manage to jump over a projectile in this matchup, and that's where a lot of the mind games have been coming in so far.
Yeah, so when you've got the advantage on the ground, you can start setting up futures, but yeah, that was
the 2Y was
crazy
so late at a combo. That was really, really good. Brian Sempai response call with the Pachirisu trying to push his advantage here. So we're in the slow burn, but the Moonblast
tracking.
Actually cracking. Jeez. Yeah, Moonblast has a surprisingly good tracking on it, and this time manages to find the mark on Brian Sempai's Gardevoir here, and well, Enigma will take the first Ditto.